All right, man. Today is Monday. It is September 4th. Welcome to the Dog Walk presented by Barstool Sports. Snake Draft Monday. Happy Labor Day, everybody. We said this
right
earlier
back at you, Ed.
Thanks, Dave. It's not really Labor Day yet. We're pre-recording this like we always do. We did it for Memorial Day. We did an express 3-round draft. What did we do? We did months.
Yeah.
We did months, so we're kind of bringing you something in a similar vein. Danny is back. Welcome back, Danny, for your holiday drafts.
Thank you. Thank you for having me on the at the big kids table this time. Appreciate
you're welcome.
it.
Well, I don't know if we invited you up to that seat, though.
Yeah, you kind of just
He was
sat there.
invited.
He was?
He was
okay.
invited.
I know he was invited to be on the show. I thought he was do it from back there, though.
Yes, I didn't say it, but I was. If he would have asked, I would have said yes. Sit there.
I have to win this. Maybe it'll win me the big boy table.
Who won the
Well,
last
we should
Express
come
draft?
up with a contest, like a
To
live
win the,
stream to see.
Nah, but then
People-
it's tilted.
We're shitting
What?
down my throat for drafting March 1st.
Yeah, it was a terrible pick.
Yeah,
It
bad
wasn't.
one.
We've been,
God, can you believe this fucking guy likes March?
we've been telling you that for years.
It's an awesome month. March Madness, St. Patrick's
It was,
Day.
it was a
weather's turning.
stupid fucking
The most
pick.
disappointing weather month.
It is often disappointing, but you'll get those little ball tickling days where it's like
We
70
kicked
degrees.
around the idea of doing your worst picks for today's draft, and like we were arguing because it's like whoever gets the 1-1 pick is going to win the draft because they're going to do the time you picked March. It was that bad.
That's
It was
And we couldn't
that's
reduce
fucking
it to
stupid.
an express draft because there was too many.
Right.
Yeah. So, like I said, it's
I-
express
I-
draft because most people have the day off. Podcast numbers are way down on days like today. But
Yep.
we want to give you guys a little something. They were like, hey, you don't have to do that. We're like, yeah, we'll do it.
My
We'll do
my,
something.
my second express draft, so I guess that makes one whole draft.
No,
true.
Dude, I don't think they come for
Two
a
halves
half.
to make a whole.
I don't think they're halves.
This is real.
Yeah, I think
No.
they're probably quarters.
No, didn't we decide it doesn't count?
It's 4 people. There's less rounds. It's not as much time. I don't think it adds up. Those full drafts are
Yeah.
5 rounds, 5 people, and they go for like an hour and a half, sometimes
3
2 hours.
That's true.
Sorry, Dan.
1.5 draft.
So, yeah, today we're doing ages. Another goofy kind of weird one.
Mm-hmm.
Danny, this was your idea.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's going to kind of be fun.
We'll see.
I do. So let's just hop right into it.
Could I ask a question?
Yeah.
Did you want to do this because you wanted to learn more about White Sox Dave's childhood?
I think I get enough of that. I think we all get enough of that. White Sox Dave is not short on words about his.
His
Life?
Adolescent.
Yeah.
Well, but like 7-year-old White Sox Dave is different than.
I don't think he remembers much. I think he's just got like one.
I remember turning 10.
I think he's got a
I remember turning 10 because I thought it was awesome that I finally had 2 numbers.
double-digit.
Numbers, yeah.
I think he's got a pocket full of, stories from each age, and then that we've probably exhausted those. His memory doesn't click like that.
Maybe.
We'll see. We'll
Yeah.
find out.
you don't hear
Maybe
about
my
Baby Sox
memory
Dave a
will
lot.
be jogged a little
Yeah,
bit.
we'll open the box.
Unsuppress those memories.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
They're probably beaten down into my deep subconscious for a reason, but maybe we'll unlock them and,
That would be
have some fun
great.
with it.
That would be great. I don't know how this is going to be. I don't personally coming into this. I have strong feelings towards a couple ages. After
Okay.
that kind of, it's going to be funny if someone takes like one off and you try to argue it. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
You price
There's a
is right
couple
up.
where
We
you
should
could.
also save the next express draft for worst stages.
Sure, we could do something like that. Lance, put a number behind your back between 1 and 4, please.
Got
And
it.
Danny, what number is it?
3.
Yep.
I'll take. I will go
It's an express
with
draft. Just pick something.
3rd.
Third,
You pussy.
1 through 3. Chief,
1.
Yeah.
I'll go 2.
Guys are on a heater.
1 or 2. WSD.
1.
No.
2.
Yes.
Good guys.
Where'd you go? Where are you going?
I'm gonna go 4. We want Dave to
Kick us off.
We want Dave at the plate.
What's the
first.
order? Me, Chief, Dan, Ed.
Yes,
Mhm.
exactly. Hold on, security guard Mike is texting me if we want pizza. I think we're fine, right?
We're all
I'm
right.
good.
Tell him
I
thank
got-
you, though.
I got lots of leftovers
Yeah.
at home I'm about to dig into. But tell him thank you.
Yes, I think we're good. Thank
That
you
was a
very
nice
much,
little
sir.
gesture right there. He didn't have to do that.
He did not. He's a great man.
All right, but before we get into the draft, I want to talk to you guys about the greatest tasting less filling. You know what it is. It's Miller Lite, 96 calories per 12 ounces, brewed up in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. It's the absolute best, and nothing goes together like Miller Lite and football season. Football season is upon us. We're past week 0. We're past week 1. We got the Bears coming up this week. It's the official beer of the Bears. It's the official beer of us. Should be the official beer of you. And if you want to get it delivered, just go to MillerLite.com/redline, or you could find it basically anywhere, because this is Chicago and Miller Lite is Chicago's beer. So crack it open at kickoff, crack one open at halftime, get a bucket for the boys. It's going to be a great fall all year long, and that's thanks to the one and only Miller Lite. So make sure you're celebrating responsibly. That beer from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, with 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces. That's what we're doing all summer, all fall long, and that's what you should be doing too.
All right, so here we are. White Sox Dave lead us off in the age draft. What is the number one age?
I don't know why you guys, what you guys think you're like doing with this. I think this is some sort of sabotage almost. Because
How would this be a
I don't know, but he's being all coy. He's been coy all day.
Why? Because it wore a polo to work?
Yeah, you have
Because
a
you
collar on.
tucked your shirt in. Yeah, that's being coy.
I don't think my shirt was tucked in.
I don't think it was either.
It was.
Eddie's
It
trying to
looked
spin
kinda
this
tough.
into like a therapy session and just talk about your youth.
All right. Well, here's my pick. I'm going 14.
Okay.
You're in 8th grade. You're finally a little independent. Like, you can go to the movie. Like, at least I could. I could go to the movies alone, and you're not constant parental supervision, but you don't have any fucking responsibilities yet. You go to sports, you go to school, and then you fuck around. Your parents, you rely on all your parents for money. It's still a foreign concept to you to, like, have to earn your own eventually. But girls start to become a thing. You start to.
What age is this? I'm sorry.
14.
14. Okay.
I personally was at my physical peak at 14.
This is worse than March.
You think so?
Yeah.
I disagree.
Okay.
I don't hate this.
You're staring down the barrel to high school, which is a lot of fun years. You're staring down the barrel.
Okay. Keep going.
Go ahead.
14 to me is like you're in high school. You're
No,
in high school.
14
I was thinking 8th
that's
grade.
freshman
14's 8th
year.
grade. 14's 8th grade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
'cause you
turn
You also
14
had
in
the
8th grade.
fucked up. You graduated high school when you were like 30.
Yeah.
Billy Madison
No,
over here.
but I think I.
I mean, he did go to 5 years of high school.
Yeah, it's true.
I feel like
Freshman year of high school, best 2 years of your
looking
life.
back, maybe we should just draft grades.
Well,
That's-
it goes with it. Like,
But, like, for me-
like 14, you're getting 8th grade, and you're going into your freshman year of high school.
I
You
would,
typically-
but I
Should we switch it to grades?
maybe we
But
should
it-
switch it to grades.
I think we.
no,
I think
because
we-
not older ages don't have grades.
What do you mean?
Oh, like
After
if
you
you
went to
go- if-
graduate
if-
college, then what? You can't take any of those ages.
That's
Yeah,
true.
true.
Yeah, but
Let's just keep it how it is.
we'll
I say.
keep
You get the grade. You
You're-
get the grade of the age you pick.
yeah, but we got people like fucking Berkshire who had like.
All right, but
they
that
could,
was
like opt into a 5th year of college.
But that's
and,
like one.
Yeah,
one
like
or
a
two
red shirt
years.
year or something.
Yes. This
no,
guy's
but
fucking-
I feel like so I have an April birthday, so it was late in the calendar school year. I was 13 for 90%.
Yeah, but still,
You
Of
know
eighth
what
grade.
I'm talking.
But so you say
you're
14?
nitpicking. You're
No, but when
Yeah.
you say 14 to me, I think freshman year of high school.
Okay, I was October, so I was one of the older kids.
All
in my
right,
grade,
well then
so
that's
Same.
what, that's why I had. Yeah, you guys had it easy.
and that's why
You guys had an easy year 14.
because my distinction is you get your license sophomore year, which is 16.
Mhm.
You know, so that's why. That's
That's
you're
how
on the
I
money.
think of it too.
Yes,
Yeah.
you're on the money. with
That's
that.
how most of America thinks of it.
Yeah, so I think your 8th grade year, so 14 years old, is a good year, but almost bittersweet year. Almost bittersweet
Elaborate.
because you're graduating, and I don't know where I went to school, and you guys went to school where everyone goes to. Everyone went to Wheaton Warrenville South. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, and then everyone went to St.
there's
Charles
a
North.
few
No, we
people
had-
that went to like Francis and Bennett and.
Oh, sure.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
some people
but
went to
Yeah,
Catholic
well
school.
we had East and North, so we were not that way.
See, like all right, so like it depends where you lived. And
Yeah.
then, all right, but assume if everyone went to your elementary. Or
There
primary
were 3 middle schools and 2 high schools, so it's like and like the borders were weird, so it
Gotcha.
kind of like all the schools got like kind of split.
They're
All the
not,
middle
they're not crying at the vitamin C song for their graduation. Like you
Yeah.
are.
Do you
like
know?
so, Danny and I, like where we went, it's very split. Like,
Yeah,
everyone's
Notre
going-
Dame. Yeah.
Yeah.
Rand Pats, like,
Yep.
a couple Fenwicks here and there, a couple Iolas, couple whatever,
Right.
and a couple Lanes, couple like that's how it is.
It's like almost like a college.
Absolutely nothing
Yeah, Garins,
changed
yeah,
for me.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
like you're losing, like
Yeah.
you do feel like you're saying goodbye to your friends, and like, yeah, there were a lot of like, I'm still friends with a lot of these guys, but there's a lot of them who they went
You
to a
lose
different
touch,
high school,
yeah.
you lose touch. So there is bittersweetness at 14. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, I didn't look at it through that prism at all because it was a complete opposite for me. I went to, most of my friends from high school were my friends from elementary school.
Yeah, but
You
it's
know?
also you are bittersweet in the sense too, where you're like the Cox walk for that year, and then
You're the freshman and
Yeah.
you got the big ass book bag and you're like, holy shit, that guy's like fucking.
He's a man.
adult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
like
You were like, now there's more people than just me with a beard.
yeah. It was a weird feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah, you go from being the head.
But
honcho.
I was also accepted into the older crowd because of
Because your hair was.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny
More
you
like
say
theirs.
that, Dave, because of why?
I was joking.
Yeah.
It's funny you say because I was driving back from that meeting today with one new sales guy, Nick, and he was telling me, he's like, yeah, White Sox Dave was like really good at baseball. Like he's like his peak age was like around
14?
then. Yeah,
Dude,
And he's
I'm
like, dude,
I'm not like obviously I toot my own horn but when I was 14, I was the athlete. I
Dude,
was legitimately
after
the
he said
athlete.
that because he's a good athlete, I was like, oh shit.
I
Like,
was
gave me a little
the
more
athlete in
credibility.
baseball and football. I was the athlete.
Dude, see, like,
And then
give me a
I've-
fucking time machine. Give me that cam of White Sox.
Dude,
Dave.
I
Yeah,
have
wearing the Letterman
I
jacket.
have to.
You were
I
probably
didn't have a
the
leather
biggest
jacket.
dickhead in the world.
No, I wasn't though.
Okay. All right.
I was the same. Like I maybe I was, but I need to get my my 8th grade football tapes so badly because it was a weight limit. Like I played, it was BGYFL football. Did you ever play it?
No.
It was same. They had it in St.
play
Charles
the
too.
Tri-City Chargers, yeah.
Same
Here's what
league.
we'll do.
You
Dave.
need like a Cody Paul.
But you gave
mashup
me the
of
ball,
White
Ed.
Sox Dave's highlights.
You gave me the ball. I would say I scored probably every 4 times I touched the ball.
Here's what we'll do, Dave. Let me lay out a scenario for you. I'll set this all up.
Mm-hmm.
I'll find these tapes. We'll drive up to Warrenville. We'll order Al's Pizza. We'll sit down with you, William Williams. We'll get us to 100K subscribers.
Oh, that's a great idea. Can you
I-
sit in like your dad's living room and watch VHS tapes?
No, you can't.
It'll be like an untold doc.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we'll redo scenes too. We'll redo like the Tim McGraw.
Yeah.
Can't hold on to the football scene from
here.
Friday Night Lights.
I'll allow my dad, and there will have to be like sanctions and rules, but I'll allow my dad to come on the show, but it has to be 200K. No, and I'm talking like it's not when it hits 200K. I'm like, we have to make a push for 200K, and then you can have my dad.
Dave's gonna be like a baby Gronkin, his dad, telling him what to say in the interview.
I would kind of have to.
So funny, dude.
I bet you your dad would be fine.
Nah, he's just a quiet, like blue collar guy.
But
He's
I feel
not-
like you get yourself in more trouble than you are imagining your dad would get himself in trouble.
no, I honestly, I think he would be boring.
Okay.
He's just like he doesn't like the internet, and he doesn't like me. So
Oh man. All right. Well, 14 off the board.
All right.
Chief.
Similar themes. 14 is when it started to get rough for your boy because everyone started growing and I didn't. So for me, it was like 11. Like I loved being 11. Everything was still what?
Nothing.
No.
11.
11 was great because you were like,
Everyone was a short stack, so nobody.
right. It was all even, but like girls were starting to become a thing. So everything was like new. Everything was exciting. Getting into like a PG-13 movie still felt like kind of cool and exciting. You had a little bit of freedom, and you had, like you said, absolutely 8th grade school started getting like you had to do school. When you're 11, they don't give a shit.
You're still, like,
it's
learning
just
to read.
sports. You're riding bikes with your cards. We used to have like crabapple fights in the neighborhood at night in the summer. Like I don't know why we were doing that, but it just felt like all your stuff was just like fun and innocent, and like you looked at girls, but you didn't like. You weren't like obsessed with them, really. Like you were still like just with like your buddies.
Is
It
this
was great.
Is this 5th grade? Wait.
It's 5th grade.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's-
because
it's-
that was the grade that I had my first. Like
You got
there was
a
a girl in my
blowjob?
class. No, and I looked. I'm like, that girl's smoking hot. One of my
Yeah.
classmates.
Yeah, this was
And
sex ed
I've-
grade for us.
Yeah,
Reading Outsiders.
Yeah.
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 great movie too.
Great movie.
This is the last year, I agree, where you have your last sliver of innocence.
Yes.
Yes.
Correct.
Then
I agree
you
with
lose
you.
it quick after that.
Yeah.
Yes, this is the last year, but it also is, we're like, it's a tweener year for sure.
Yeah.
So, like, interesting that you wanted the tweener year.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I thought you'd just go all nostalgia or just all jump, like,
You get
feet
like
first.
a little bit of both, and like even like sports, like sports are just not that serious at that age. Like you're trying your best. Like you're whatever. Like you care about it a lot, but it's not like I got to times where like it felt like work when you get older into high school. It's like this kind of fucking sucks where you're like doing the extra training and the weightlifting. This was just like show up to practice and show up to the game. And I don't know. I thought 11 was fucking great. Fuck around in the woods. Fucking around in the woods.
I
awesome.
was like middle school for that.
Yeah, 5th grade.
That's elementary school.
Yeah,
6th,
5th,
7th,
5th, 6th
let's-
grade.
we'll never get into those.
Yeah.
All right.
We can't win that game.
Yeah.
I know.
I would think I
shouldn't have
was
done that.
definitely fucking around in the woods at like 11.
I wish it were socially acceptable to fuck around in the woods as a 34-year-old.
We could go to the woods.
No, it's perverted, dude.
Is it?
It's
What's
called
wrong
a
with
nature
woods?
walk.
Dude,
Yeah.
I swear to fucking God, at my dad's current house, his dog, when I lived with him, so this is like 8-9 years ago, when I would go to my dad's house, I would take his dog now, to the woods. I found someone dug out, and they like dug like benches kind of into this pit, and there was just nothing but fucking drug paraphernalia in there. Bongs,
really?
all sorts of pipes, in this tree line in Warrenville that
That's
I stumbled upon.
Danny, you had a buddy who used to take
Probably not, but go on.
used to trap skunks and drown them in there, right?
No. What kind of lie is that? That makes me think that you had a buddy who did that.
No.
That is,
Trap
I mean, if
skunks
you're
and
just,
drown 'em. I don't know where that came from, but I could tell you I don't think that's
he's got the
true.
whistle
He's
laugh
lying.
going.
Yeah.
So
He's lying.
He's got
He
a
had
guy
a
like
buddy
that.
who would
What kind of
trap
friends do you
skunks
have?
and drown
What the fuck
I
is
want to
wrong
know
with
what you're
you?
talking about. He's lying because you guys are he's laughing because you guys are believing.
No,
you
he's-
had this.
He seems serious.
Yeah, he
know.
does.
I can't ask who. I don't want you to say their name, but I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Why would you
Give
drown a
initials.
skunk? You want it to release on you?
He would just drown him.
What are his initials?
It's cruel as fuck. It's not
Yeah,
funny.
that's
Yeah.
yeah.
Not
What are
funny.
you laughing at?
Yeah,
Well, it's
what the fuck?
'cause Danny's
No,
denying
this is
it.
Danny's
just
a
a smear
fucking-
campaign.
He's a fucking. He was the weird kid. He hung out with the weird kids.
Did you put like bottle rockets in bullfrogs' assholes?
Can
and
I get
stuff?
initials?
No, I can't do that to him.
You can do it to me though.
Is it TR?
It is actually.
Oh my God!
That was our old podcast host, just as much Eddie's friend.
He is just as much Eddie's friend, for the record.
He's
but
a different one.
I'm
but
gonna look at him and like,
That's a different one. But yeah.
is it same family?
No.
This is too inside. If you're not gonna drop a name, don't bring it up.
Sorry, I'm sorry. Yeah, I got you.
I want-
That was the goal. Danny,
Is
you're-
it TR or is it not?
All right,
No,
Because I see him here and there,
We're
and I
speaking
don't,
in
I don't like
hieroglyphics here.
All right, Danny.
All right, coming off of that, I want to set the record straight. I don't hang out with anyone who traps skunks and drowns them.
That's like don't
okay.
fuck with cat shit.
Look at this guy. He's squealing over there.
Sorry.
What is? This is horrifying.
I'm missing something.
Danny hangs out with animal killers, and you think it's funny.
I don't.
He hates animals. It's not just
it's
dogs.
serious. It's serious.
You got the whistle laugh going about
I'm
the skunks
sorry.
dying.
There's gonna be a fucking quote card out there about this now, based on a pure lie.
I'm sorry.
All right,
All right.
Thanks for coming on the
Danny.
show, Dan.
give me 18. I'll take it. It's a milestone year. You're able to buy tobacco. You can order zoo books if you want.
Danny was very excited to vote.
Very excited to vote. You become a man, and you're going off to college too. College, some of the best years of all our lives. I'll speak for everyone here. Give me 18. I think it's a pretty. I don't have to explain anymore.
Yeah, all the things towards 14 are kind of similar to 18 for me too.
This guy is rubbing the tears out of his
What
eyes.
is wrong with
From
you?
his-
I'm trying
Get
to
it
recover
together and
from his
be
yellow
a
journalism.
professional
And
for
I
once.
am. Nobody knew that if you're listening. You only saw it if you're watching the show. Yeah, same thing as 14. Like a little bittersweet, but definitely a great year.
Yeah.
Milestone.
Senior year rules. Like you just don't do shit.
It was pretty fucking awesome.
Like 2 studies and like yearbook.
Yeah, I mean, downside, you're an
No.
adult.
Different experience.
That was mine.
Yeah.
Almost got kicked out of yearbook though. But
I wasn't in the yearbook.
Way to nail that extracurricular for the college apps there, Ed.
dude, fucking Herzog didn't fuck around, dude. But 18 is good.
Did you smoke a cigar, or a cigarette, or throw in a hog on your 18th birthday, Ed?
It's a good question. I'm sure I did.
I remember
You were ordering Playboys or something weird.
we
like that.
the day I turned 18, we went to Diamonds.
Nice.
Yeah,
Route
had to do that.
64.
Yeah, it's not there anymore. But that was
It's
like
not? By the airport? By DuPage
yeah,
Airport? It's gone?
It was a long time ago.
Oh, I mean, I haven't driven out that way in a long time.
I'm pretty
assumed
sure
it
it's
was
been
a
like
staple.
12 years. But that was
Damn.
the West Suburban strip joint. And then I was pissed because I went to buy cigars, and I remember it was Grape Swisher Sweet, and the guy didn't card me, and I was offended. So that
You
age
look
kind of stinks
37.
now that I think about it.
No, I like that age.
I'm taking.
Nah, 18's pretty good.
Yeah. Any downsides, 18?
Yeah, you're becoming an adult.
Yeah, and then you can get charged as an adult when you are caught killing skunks by drowning them
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
instead of a juvenile.
Yeah, you better stop doing that, Eddie. Eddie was filming it.
Dude, that's not
He uploaded it to E-Bombs World.
That's so fucked up, dude.
You put that on E-Bombs World?
No.
Does
Call it-
Rieger know that
That's
video's
so
on there?
It's not him. It's not him.
You said it was.
No, it's not. It's a different one. I told you it's the initials, but it's a different one.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
It's
not-
just happened to be.
Yes, it's
Okay,
just
okay,
legitimately
okay.
the best guess because that's the only, 18. To me, this is kind of what I love about this draft because I'm about to nitpick the fuck out of you.
Me?
Yes.
Okay.
Like 12. I'm going with 12.
That I
12. Can I tell you something?
12 is better than 11.
It's not.
Yeah, it is.
12 is too horny. You're too horny.
But that's when, like, you.
Nah, you're wrong.
No.
Checkmate.
You don't like being horny?
No, because
sometimes it can be too horny.
It's too horny, and you're like, you don't know what's going on. Then that's when you start to get like insecure because you like you
yeah.
want to like the girls to like you. 11, you don't really care, but you're not like in that brain set yet.
It's-
12 is when your like insecurities and your nervousness starts coming
You're
out.
getting church boners left and right.
yeah, you're wrong about
Yeah,
this.
that-
No, I'm
fucking-
not wrong. I
3 to
always
1.
Say, I always say
No.
he's not
12's
on your
awesome.
side.
12 is
Yeah.
great.
That's
Sixth
but yours
grade
is skewed because that's when like you were already your size.
I was like 15 when I was 12. 16.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. No, I'm not kidding.
Yeah, you did it
When I
like
was-
dog years, kind of.
When I was
Yeah.
12, I was more physically comparable to
What?
like a 16.
How old do you think you'll be when you die?
I don't know. They say short
Get
people
deep.
live long, but I do have tendency to do dumb things.
But you
so I
like,
might have one of those, like, oh, dude, Dave fucking electrocuted himself and died last
but
night.
there's also like they have those. What's it called? Like a telomere. Do you know what that is? And it's
don't
like
think so.
it's like how they chart aging. It's a DNA thing, and it's like as your DNA shrinks, and that's like when your hair falls out, and like all these other things is like your telomeres are shrinking. It's like you might be ahead of the curve. Like you were 16 at 12, you might be like 45 at 33.
Benjamin Button ass.
Yeah, the
Maybe.
reverse, aging too fast.
I don't need
That
to
was
live
too much
that
for the
long, though.
age draft.
I'm like pretty good on.
Okay.
I like 12. I think I like 12 better than 11. For the reasons you
damn.
chose 11, I think I would have picked a younger age for those same reasons.
Yeah,
if
see,
that
look
makes
at
sense.
this. I got 3-1. I got 3. You got 1 to 3, buddy.
Because
You're
they're
on
too
your own
afraid to
island.
be aligned
12
with me.
No, they're
Afraid of who,
not.
Eddie? He starts rumors. I should be going against him. if
No,
anything.
I'm telling
What
you,
other animals did Rieger kill?
It's not him, dude. Yeah, 12.
Like
12's
bunnies and
great.
stuff?
12 was the first. No bunnies were injured. And I never seen anything for the record. It was all hearsay. 12, that 6th, 7th, 8th grade right there, that whole little pocket of years were the best. That's when we started riding our bikes together to the park.
Yeah.
Started fucking dipping, making dip piles at the benches,
Stealing chromies,
stealing chromies, just like doing dumb shit.
pegging.
Yeah, like
The old definition of pegging, asking
Yeah.
people to buy you liquor.
yeah, like 12 years old, had had some Bacardi for the first time.
Oh, so you were like way ahead.
See,
of me
that's
on
where
that.
I was like well behind Ed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The city kids are at a different
Yeah.
timeline too.
In 12 was, I always say if I had a time machine and I had one choice, I'm going to 12.
But I,
Truthfully, and I didn't hate on 11. To be
Yeah,
clear,
I
but
do-
I just like getting out of that last number. I remember playing with tech decks when I was 11.
what's a tech deck?
The
Like the
skateboarding
fucking
dudes.
little
Oh,
I remember
yeah,
playing
yeah.
in indoor recess because it was cold. It was a cold month, and I remember playing with tech decks. And I remember like tech decks didn't come to the next floor in 6th grade. You know, it's like you're
Beyond that.
you're like a.
Yeah, but sometimes that stuff's still kind of
I
cool.
agree.
Yeah.
I agree for different reasons.
Yeah.
But
What about like the situation with the girls? Because I feel like 6th grade is like that's when you start having like dances and shit.
yeah,
And like that is when like you, I don't know, you get like You get nervous about what you're wearing to school. You start putting on deodorant and shit that you don't want to do. It's like, I think like that, like puberty age is like a bad age.
See, I was like Dave. I probably peaked around that too. So I was good. Like, it was fine.
Oh, lucky you guys. I was like 19.
Yeah, you were short stacked. There's
Yeah.
no problem with that.
Yeah.
Like,
Fun
it's
sized.
just- Yeah.
No, there was a
You
lot
could
wrong
have
with
fit
it. It
into
fucking
one of
sucked.
those little fucking traps that Rieger killed the skunks with by drowning them.
Yeah, probably.
Slandering a whole family.
How many are there? I feel like
There's a lot.
there's like dozens of them.
There's a lot. So yeah, I'm happy with 12. That probably would have been my first pick. But, I'm just gonna go 12. All right, next pick, Snake to me.
All right, but before the next pick, I want to talk to you guys about the number one app you're going to need for this fall. Fall is that magical time of year where you have football, you got the stretch run of baseball, you got Connor Bedard and hockey firing up, the NBA's around the corner. It all converges into one place, and the place that you need to get your tickets to all those events is GameTime. GameTime, the absolute best ticketing app created by fans for fans. GameTime ticketing app, it makes it easier to score last minute deals. I do it all the time for concerts, sports, shows. They always guarantee the lowest price. So if you're going to the Bears game this weekend, Green Bay, 3 o'clock start, go over to GameTime. You're going to get a great deal. It's all possible through the GameTime app. Those biggest last minute price drops can be found on the seats you thought you could never buy. They'll even credit you 110% the seat of the price if you can find a better deal elsewhere. That's unbelievable. You can also get limited time discounts with exclusive flash deals. I've used that feature all summer long to see Cubs games. I'm looking forward to using it for Notre Dame, Bears, everything. So the purchase process takes just 2 taps and 10 seconds. And once you buy your tickets, they're delivered directly to your phone. No printer needed. The app also allows you to easily share tickets with friends via text so you can get into the game seamlessly. Skip the hassle. Enjoy the moment. Download the GameTime app or go to the website, enter your email, and redeem code DOGWALK for $20 off your first purchase. Terms do apply. Get on GameTime. If you don't know by now, you better be known by the end of football season.
I'm taking 16.
Yeah.
Like we said, the
I can't
license is obviously such a monumental moment. But besides that, sophomore year, whether it be sophomore year football, it's a last kind of less seriousness before you go on to varsity. Then there's also the thing where you're not applying for colleges yet. Like still, it's the last. You're not like too new like the year before, but you're at the perfect kind of phase with 16. So
It's like peak teenager age.
yeah,
16.
it is. It is. Like there's a lot of roughness though, I feel, with it. Like you're still like scoundering for spots to booze. You're still
But that's like a coming of age thing, though.
yeah. For sure.
You said
for
you
sure.
didn't get your first ball hair until 16, right?
Yeah, that's
a big moment,
That's
too.
when it happened, so I was happy about that.
He made a Facebook status about it.
Yes, I did. So 16's pretty.
Yeah, I mean,
It's a
all
good
you
pick. I was
have to
gonna-
say is like the license.
Yeah. I was
Did
gonna-
you
I
get
was
any?
gonna take
Did you
it
give any
next.
lawn jobs when you got your car for the first time? Your
lawn
license?
jobs. No,
I gave a few of those.
A lawn job?
Yeah.
What's
up?
an LJ?
What is that?
You don't know what? Donuts and
Donuts
someone's
and
lawn?
that's like you're a fucking
Yeah.
scumbag
No,
for
that's-
that.
You
dude.
did that?
That's some suburb boy shit.
Not. We did it in not like people's yards, like at offices and shit. We had
You cow tipping?
no. We
I've
had,
done that.
We didn't have
Bad
any.
boy.
We weren't close enough to the country to do that. But
Yes, you were.
we weren't going to drive more than 5 minutes.
Okay.
But
Those city cows.
we had this long. It had to have been from like 1922. It was like a Babe Ruth bat. It was a log. It was like fucking this long, and it was heavy as shit. And we nicknamed it the Louisville Thugger. And we used to drive around and smash mailboxes when we were 16 with the Louisville Thugger.
You're a bad kid.
We were fucking assholes. And my buddy was the ringleader, and he's like the most successful guy in our friend group.
That's
at
what
this
they
point.
say.
Mm-hmm. He was the ringleader.
It's a shame that Mike was doing that.
It was. You're not lying.
Is that the guy? Is that the guy that I met at?
You?
Let's just out all our friends.
Yeah, he was smart.
Yeah.
You could tell he's a smart guy.
He's a very bright kid.
Yeah.
He used to do some dumb shit with us.
What a nightmare.
He's the guy who
podcast.
lit your car on fire.
No. That's Matt.
Oh, okay.
That's
What a
Matt.
nightmare podcast.
Are
for
you
all our
sad
buddies.
being a city boy that you missed out on getting to smash mailboxes?
Yeah, I think there's part of me that would have liked to do that and a little cow tipping mixed in for sure.
You would have done that by yourself.
I mean,
No friends.
that's who's going to hold the wheel,
True.
You're on your bike.
But
Did you guys?
Yeah.
Did you like Tom? I remember like he didn't get his license when he was 16. It wasn't
Dude,
like
I got mine on the same day.
yeah. Day
Yeah.
I turned 16. I got
And I
it.
think I got a job like the next week or two.
Yeah.
It's
Target.
I think there's a difference between
Yeah.
being where you guys are like we're in city limits versus I grew up
Right.
in Manhattan.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of those kids at prep school that came from like the city and none of them had their
Yeah,
license.
it's not an age thing. It's like a
Location.
geographic thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Danny, you're up.
All right, just give me the draft. Give me 21.
Yeah.
I'm taking it. Also, my golden birthday. I'll add that. Dave, you know what it is. The 21st night of September. Your favorite song.
Do you remember the 21st of September?
And yeah, obviously you can legally drink. You're in college. Still good times are way ahead and have just begun. Give me 21. Another self-explanatory one. 18 and 21.
Yeah, being able to legally consume alcohol for me was the single, like, most important life-changing event of my life.
I guess, yeah, I think like the two positives are you don't have to worry anymore about
Yes.
getting in trouble. Like, because that, like, there's probably like a 6-month period before you turn 21. You're like, man, is it worth it to use my ID?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't want to get pinched right before. Like, maybe, and you kind of have like a shitty little coast period before.
Yeah, an argument would be like, oh, it's it's funner drinking when you're a kid, underage. But when you're in college, it's not fun. You're like, I can't go to the bar because I don't want to risk getting arrested.
No, I would say that the second positive is going back to like your hometown and seeing like all the bars that you never went to and being able to go and just be like, well, I could just sit here and drink beer all day.
Yeah, on Black
Yeah.
Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the big one.
Mm-hmm.
That was the big one.
Really?
Yeah, because I had the late birthday, so I feel like everybody, most of my friends turned 21, like before Thanksgiving. Like two of my best friends from high school, I remember they had August birthdays, so then they were all out, and I was like couldn't do Black Wednesday. I felt a lot of FOMO.
Yeah. No, I feel you.
Yeah.
But you get what I'm saying too, where like your first time you went to the aisle, where like you grew up going past it, you grow up knowing like, oh, that seems sick. Like always seems like a jumping fun time there.
Yeah, it's hard to get in locally too. Those bouncers might know you or
they
your
might know
family
you.
know how old you are.
Because I remember I turned 21 in October, and I remember that first winter break, just going to
It's liberating.
yes, that
Yes.
bar you just always wanted to go to, and it's like we're just gonna sit here and drink beer all winter break.
Yeah.
Then
That's
after two
what we
times
did.
doing it, like, oh, this is it.
And you still don't have any real responsibility.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're still in college.
Yeah.
You're not in the real world yet.
But like
Comes quick.
comes quick,
Yeah.
Chief.
I think I'm gonna chief myself.
You already have.
No, 11's a good pick.
It's a horrible pick.
No, it's not. You guys this is like I'll be right eventually. Taking 30.
Horrific pick.
Let me explain to you about 30. I didn't really enjoy my 20s too much, I would say. I wish I got more out of my 20s. But 30, you kind of understand the world a little bit. Like you're not trying to like figure everything out. You have a little bit of money. You're probably in your second or your third job, so you've like you've climbed a ladder. You have some life experience. I feel like that there is this thing, like when you, at least for me, when you get done with college and you're like the 23-year-old kid at a bar, girls like do not look at you again. It's like, I felt like I was like a short guy at 16 all over again. When you're 30, they're
You're
looking.
distinguished.
Yeah, they're like they're like you can now date anybody. You can date somebody your age. You can date younger. You can like, and you have like just a little bit of self-confidence from being out in the world. I'm right about this. You guys aren't thinkers.
Why'd you look away at me like that?
Yeah.
I mean, 30 completely fucking sucks. You wake up in the morning and everything starts hurting.
That's because you were living like you were 21 and when you were 30.
Everybody who is listening to the show that is over 30 say that is the exact age everything goes downhill and swiftly. Are you 30 yet?
I am 30. I disagree. 30 was on my board. They say 20s are for figuring it out. 30 is for like doing it.
So that
And you kind of have a job by that point. You're not
Fuck
worrying about money.
that comment you just made about everything hurts, everything's going downhill, that was 35 for me. So 30, I still felt like I was good.
How old are you?
I'm 37. This is like you just have more age and wisdom to be able to pick something like this, more mature.
I'd say 30 is a milestone too.
Yeah,
Why?
Like you're in no way, shape, or form.
you're a real man.
You have to be responsible.
That
for your
sucks.
actions.
No.
Yeah,
but it's a
it
milestone
does.
nonetheless.
No.
It's
good
not
to
nice
have-
having everybody else take care of all your responsibilities for you, like when you're a little kid.
It
That's
is,
better.
but there's
Do you
something
want to just
liberating.
go back home and live with your dad then?
He wouldn't let me do that. The day I moved in with him after college, he started charging me rent to live with him. That's not a joke.
That's
$450 bucks a month.
I think that makes him a good dad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
I would agree with that.
So, but that's what I mean.
$450 a month is what I was paying to live with my dad when I was 22 or 23. Or
I
whatever.
think that makes him a good dad, and it motivated you to get out and be on your own and be your own man.
Oh,
yeah.
I was out of there in less than a year, 8 months or so, 9 months.
Yeah. No, I thought I had hard things at 30, but I thought that was a good year overall.
I
I'm
thought
trying to
30 was very tough. I think that mid 30s are a little better because you're more used to it. But 30, it's like, dude, like I'm closer to 40 now than I am to 20. I remember when my parents were in their mid late 30s,
So
and
do
that's
I.
a freaky fucking feeling for me.
I hate to say this, but I'm really trying to hear you out.
No, look
You
at
know?
I know you guys are simple brains,
No,
and that
listen. Could you hear my scenario?
You
Sure.
gain weight way easier too.
I
after 30.
turned
35.
30
Mm-hmm.
during COVID.
Okay.
Yes, my 30th birthday
But
was
so
October 10th, 2020.
It sucked
Yeah.
just because it sucked.
Yes, exactly. So
Yeah.
it was like everyone's life was weird at my 30.
Yeah,
you know, so
that's
that's
true.
why I can't really.
That's true. But didn't you feel like, so you're doing this job, you're having success at this job, with Dog Walk was growing a lot. Didn't you feel like better about yourself and your place in the world when you were 30 than when you were 25?
Yeah, but I don't think
That's
that
a
necessarily.
good
I don't think
feeling.
that necessarily happened because of the age. I think it just like it happens when it happens for you.
Sure,
think,
but I
like-
think it happens for a lot of people at 30.
Yeah, when I was, so I went full time with Barstool. I think I was 28, 29 maybe. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. 28, 29. I don't know. Like it just happens at different points. Maybe I don't know.
But I think it happens for a lot of people at 30.
Sure,
Yeah.
but also
30's a wake up call.
yeah, but 30 could also be a depressing benchmark. Like, oh my God, like I thought I'd have so much more when I was 30.
So I had
Quarter-life crisis.
I had
Fuck
that
it.
at 28. I had that like kind of a freak out where it's like
Yeah.
I'm almost 30. I got to get my shit together.
Yeah.
And then I kind of did, and then things cratered again after.
Yeah.
but
Prime quarter life crisis
Yeah.
territory.
Yeah, like respectfully, I don't want to turn it into this, and especially with Andrew Tate Chief here. But like, I think a lot of women would kind of not like 30.
maybe, but
know?
that sounds like I hadn't considered that. That sounds
Yeah.
like I don't think that women are disgusting after the age of 30.
No, I'm not saying
What are
like
you
that.
saying?
This is nothing about
You
a attractive thing. I'm saying it's actually very sad and unfortunate that like the clock starting to tick once you hit 30 and whatnot.
That's the other thing. It's
And it
like,
sucks
when are
for
you
girls.
giving me
Like, that genuinely
grandkids? When
does
are you
No,
suck.
giving
the
me
biological
grandkids?
clock is a real
yeah,
thing.
like that sucks.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, and I think it naturally will. A lot of women it'll get in their heads when they turn 30.
Yeah, but I'm drafting for me.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
All right. I'm just saying for
Mm-hmm.
a national perspective, to
It does depend. Like dating in your 30s, not great.
I think it's been awesome.
I mean,
think it's been great.
You don't want to be. You want to like for the biological clock and shit. That's whether
No,
if
I-
a girl was going into it already having someone, it might be way different. You know what I'm saying?
That's
once you
true
turn
too.
30.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I don't think like my mom had 3 kids before she was 30. I don't think she sweated 30 at all.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like
That's probably, yeah.
where your lot is in
My
life.
parents
For sure.
had 6 kids by the time they were 30.
Oh,
30, yeah.
fuck.
I don't know how they fucking did it. It
That's crazy.
blows my mind.
Dave has a new sibling every show. I swear.
You have 5 brothers and sisters?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
Yes, you definitely did know that.
I knew that. Why do you think he eats so fast?
I think that is part
I
of
think
it.
that's
It's,
yeah.
it's- I really do think
Do you think
part of
that's
it.
why, too, like talking wise, like sometimes like you may interrupt more because like it's like always trying to get a word in at the dinner table or
I
something?
don't know, maybe.
Maybe.
I'm not
Flashback
sick-
to like
Johnny,
the
I'm
family
not-
Yeah,
reunions.
no,
Yeah.
I think there's probably something to that.
Yeah.
Here
My
comes the
sister
therapy
always
session.
tried to fucking take the green cup as a kid, and I didn't like it. So every time, like,
Green's my favorite color.
I
too.
would fucking make sure I got that cup. It was
Oh,
a
yeah.
competition thing.
No, I think I knew.
And then my one sister, she was the forgotten child. She would like get left behind at restaurants and stuff because she was the middle child, and middle child, like, you're just forgettable. My
Yeah.
brother was the baby. Like, he got fucking everything. I was the oldest, the elder statesman.
You're the oldest kid?
Kind of yes and no. I got an adopted sister who's older, but
Okay.
of my real siblings. I'm the oldest.
Okay.
Yes.
So 4 biological.
2 biological, 3 adopted.
Got you.
I didn't even do the math right there.
It's all right.
It must have been the Battle of Bunker Hill for that remote every time.
Dude, can I talk to any of them?
No, absolutely not.
Dude, I just need to know
This is
more.
what this has all been about.
I need to know
No,
more.
absolutely
I need to
not.
know more
Thought
about
he
you.
was worried it was a sabotage. It
No,
definitely
we all watch
was.
pretty much the same shit. South Park, Simpsons, Family Guy.
Sounds like you had the remote.
What if we
Yeah.
did? What if we just one day it's just me, you,
Dave
and the
siblings
Williams, and
draft.
we'll just draft like South Park episodes or something.
The first episode of South Park I ever watched was in the late 90s with my dad, and they got frozen into elementary school because of a blizzard, and then they decided to send Big Gay Al, speak of the
guy.
devil,
He said like his
out
Tom
to
walked
the
in.
Transformer, and he froze to death, so they ate his body.
Great.
Oh no, we had the
Oh yeah, we forgot.
Oh, shit.
Thanks, Tom.
That's on me. Thank you, sir.
we had the wrong template up behind us.
Tom, I gotta say, your hair looks dashing.
That is a good haircut.
Did
I
you
thought
just
that
have a
yesterday.
breakup and you're back out on the market to, catch a little?
Oh man. All right, White Sox, Dave, you're up.
All right, I got a question. What about ages we haven't turned yet?
I think
Can
it's
we
fair.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
fine.
I'm going to save that for my next pick, though. I'm going to go 28. For me, 28 was the first time that I had money, like disposable income for the first time. And I was living out in Arizona. I remember I was walking through the Fashion Square Mall. You would love that mall. Right in downtown Scottsdale.
It's looking
And first time I ever did anything like it, I bought a pair of $360 sunglasses. And I was like, fuck it, I can do that now. And it was, I know it's like such a mundane story, but it's something that will stick with me forever because it was the first like impulse, hundreds of dollars, and I just didn't care. And if I would have lost those glasses, I would have just done it again. Probably did.
Probably
Lost
did.
them in a week or two.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you were completely I was completely independent pretty early, like 18. But like at 28, I was financially, I had money. I could do whatever I wanted. Start traveling if you want.
Yeah, I guess
loved it.
here's where this age is getting a little too personalized, maybe, because I think there's another age that typically happens. But I guess everyone's different, like we said.
Yeah.
But there's a different age that I think more people would. Like, don't get me wrong, this was for me the same way. Like, I didn't make, like, that's when I got to Barstool. I didn't make any money until then. So it applies for me too.
Mm-hmm.
But I think more people would say a little younger than that for what happens to what Dave's talking about.
Student loans raped me for 5 years after college.
Okay.
Shout out
Okay,
Sally Mae.
we'll do that again. Student loans cream pied me for like 5 years after college. Is that
Cocky.
better?
I didn't. Okay. Yeah. I didn't say that.
So
Do you
I was
agree?
like constantly paycheck to
Oh,
paycheck
same.
to paycheck.
I'm saying I'm in the same timeline as you, but you get the point I'm making.
I didn't have a car at one point when I was working at Echo. At the time on Uber, I would if it was raining out and I couldn't walk or ride a bike to work, I would intentionally overdraw my checking account when I first started there because I was only making like $40,000 a year in coaching on top of it, and I would intentionally overdraw and take the $30 like
Hit.
yeah, on top of the Uber
penalty.
just because I had no money. And then once I finally, it was the best feeling on fucking earth.
Yeah.
You guys got anything on 28?
I think 28 is, well, I have like my mom. I don't know if I've told this story before, but I remember like being home for Christmas and I was probably like 24. My older sister was 26 and she was like crying on the couch about some guy. And my mom was like, what you have to remember is that men are completely worthless until they're at least 28. And I was in the room. I was like sitting like 3 feet away. I'm like, I'm right here. Like, I'm your son. And
I
she's
love how highly offended you were. by
Yeah,
that.
you're offended just telling this story.
and she's like, honey, I love you, but you're worthless. And I was like, all right, I guess I'll just be worthless for a while.
Is
But
she
like 20.
true? Is she right?
Yeah, I was worthless.
Yeah.
I was worthless for sure. Yeah.
I'd say
But-
right around 28. It's like but she's right.
Yeah.
You're worthless since you're, yeah. that's true.
Completely fucking worthless. And they say like you don't have like a fully formed brain as a guy until you're like 25, 26. And now they're saying that might even be back towards 28 is when you start to like actually mature. You get like actually like physically less horny because your testosterone levels start to drop a little bit. They actually have that like written into the justice code. Like if you get arrested multiple times at 18 for like these assaults, they will set up for you to be released at 28 because you're less likely to commit again because your testosterone levels are.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
That's a nice little fun fact.
I think that's a good fact. But yeah, I think 28's a good one. For me, it's like all that kind of stuff kind of happened for me maybe a little bit later. I thought 30 was a better year for me, but it's like the same theme as what you're talking about.
But like 30 for me, like 28, I was also the best physical shape aside from like when I was playing sports of my adult life, because that was, marathon.
Yeah.
You can go ahead and pat me on the back, Ed, for running the marathon.
Good job, Dave.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I would say, yeah.
Okay.
So I think part of that thing is, so I started a new job when I was 28, which I enjoyed that job, but I felt like it was like your freshman year again kind of thing, where it's like and I felt, and it was like maybe my first like big boy job. I thought it was a big boy job. And so I felt like kind of insecure, like, I don't know, overwhelmed, I guess. So 28 wasn't as good, 30, but it's the same type of theme.
28 in the years leading up are tough if you don't have it figured out, though.
Yeah.
Because then that's when you're supposed to be like, you're off the parents' insurance. If you don't have a real job. I mean, I had just started here. I don't even think, wasn't getting like the benefits and shit. You're like, fuck.
Oh, yeah.
So similar to 30, where it's
That's a good
like,
point,
it could be
yeah.
great if you have it figured out, but if you don't, you are not exceeding
Yes.
expectations of that age.
It's very hard not to put personal anecdotes into the show.
Right,
But,
like
Yeah.
the years leading up to 28 too, post college, those are some of like the worst years I feel like that are never talked about.
Totally. Those are definitely my
Like
worst.
you're in limbo, you're working at bars, like
For
fuck, what do I want to do?
sure.
You have no money, but you have to move out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I completely agree.
Yeah, I hated all of
And then
it.
you just keep
Yeah.
hearing about it at 27, your parents had 3 kids and
Well,
Move.
yeah, and they were able to own a house because
Right.
they were like 3% of the cost of what they are
so
now.
we can't compare that.
Yeah, but that's kind of what I was. That's why I said I had like my quarter life kind of crisis, if you will. Like you said, like 30, like like you start like thinking about your. I
You're
had
like, holy
that,
shit, I gotta like fucking
Figure it out.
figure it out.
I had that at 28.
Okay.
And that's like
Yeah.
did the job switch, did a lot of different switches at that point, and I felt like by 30 I had figured.
I was
it out.
like 25 to 27.
Yeah,
Probably mine.
yeah.
White Sox, Dave.
Now, I will start this by saying that if I do ever become this age, you can just put a bullet in my brain. But 100, it's kind of sweet. Like everybody's like, "Oh, dude, he's 100." How many 100-year-olds are on the planet as we speak?
That's a great pick.
I mean, where's that asshole sister Gina? She just turned 104, I think, and it's like,
She rolled out the first pitch.
yeah, it's everything she does. Like she fucking wakes up and takes a shit, and it's like, oh my god, sister Jean taking a shit at 104 years old. Can you
So
believe
you're
it?
excited to have the bar be lowered for you? Is that what you're saying, basically?
Yeah, that's like it's reverse aging.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
go back to having zero responsibility.
Right. It's similar to
Yeah.
being like a baby.
yeah.
It's a good
Yeah.
point, dude. It's a success if you open your eyes.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. True.
Like, if you open your eyes
Well,
the next day,
Speaking
it's
of
a good day.
Speaking of The Simpsons, remember that time where like he checked him, Homer checked himself some, I can't remember what the plot exactly, but he was in a nursing home and he was like, he came home, he's like, Marge, when I get older, you have to put me into a nursing home. It's like being a baby all over again, but you're old enough to appreciate it.
Okay, homie.
Yeah. And he's just like sucking down like bags of liquid potato chips. So, but yeah, I think 100.
Imagine having someone come and give you a sponge bath on the daily, Ed. Talk about luxury.
I feel like they give awards out for being 100.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like it's a news story if they turn 101.
Exactly.
I like it.
We watch a lot of TV, good programs.
You would have like
You could start calling it a program.
Yeah.
You've
lived for a century.
This is a weird thought I've had. Like my parents were alive at the same time as people that were living during the Civil War. So 1865 to 1965, like there was going to be 100-year-old in there somewhere that was alive during the Civil War. Think about that. Fast forward, 70 years from now. Think about that, Ed. 70 years, like all the experiences and like moments you would witness, probably via social media on your
funny.
phone and not in person.
Are you you were born in 88?
Yeah.
2088 old Williams just banging it out. That'd be something.
Jackhammer, Ed.
Yeah.
The Canadian
bag.
Dominican
You'd be like the
I'd
guy
probably
in Road
fucking
Trip.
kill you.
You'd be the
I
old
hope
guy in
that's
Road
how you
Trip.
die. 100 years
In-
old,
in old
jackhammering
school?
with
Remember Road Trip, the old guy who was
I haven't
knocking,
seen it in
he was
so
knocking down like figurines with his boner.
I don't remember.
I
now.
don't remember that
It's a
actually.
great scene. It's a great scene. All right, 100. Didn't see that coming. Chief,
Damn. That kind of throws a wrench in mine.
why did you want 100?
No, but I was going to take another old guy age. I was going to take 70. I feel like 70 is like you're kind of done. Like all your kids are grown. You don't have any responsibilities. You probably have your money saved up. You don't have to do anything you don't want to do. You're just an old guy, but you're still like mentally with it. You're not sick. You can play golf. You can do all the stuff. You can travel. You can walk around without any like real pain. But I feel like you're done. Like you're done doing anything you have to do. It's kind of like being 12 again. You have, but like you have, except for like you're an adult and you have money.
It's probably
You
close.
have no response. 70. You have no
You
responsibility.
probably have grandkids, which
Yeah,
seem
but-
like they're great.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's a good thing.
My parents, they all live close to each other out in St. Charles. My two sisters and my parents all live within like 5 miles of each other. They love being grandparents. Good,
Yeah,
but then they don't have
like
to do
it-
anything.
They probably liked it being grandparents better than being parents.
1,000%. My parents like the grandkids more.
100%. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm like I looked outside and was like, my dad, like who has like a bionic knee now, like he had like the knee replacement surgery, and he's out like rustling around, and it's like, whoa, like he didn't even have a knee when I was a kid, so he's like able to like, and he just has more time and less stress. Like I think it's like you have like a whole new lease on life. Then all the things that are like beating you down now, like that we're in our 30s, where it's like, I gotta pay this, you gotta pay that. By the time you get to 70, everything's paid. Hopefully,
Are you a little more old man at Cloud though? Yells at Cloud. Like, are you kind of
I'm that
jaded?
way. I'm that
already
way.
like
I'm
that,
that
yeah.
way already.
Yeah.
I'm not jaded like the guy who's just watching. The
I think
news.
you let
Would
all-
you believe it?
I think you let all that go. At least
Yeah, like that's a little too old. Like you start to let it go.
Yeah. Like I think you start to care less. Like you're just like, like
I think there is something kind of sweet about like recognizing that you're not just on the back nine. Like you're on like 17.
no, you're not 7, not anymore.
18 or whatever. You're like, or
18's
16,
worse.
16, sorry, like 15, 16, whatever. You know what I mean? There is something like you get a little,
Well, if you're
I think-
fucking Dave Williams, you got another 30 years left.
get some reminiscing, you know?
Yeah, I think we'd all be happy to make it to 80.
Yeah.
I see. I don't think that's the new number anymore.
I think it is. No?
I really hope not.
I don't know.
Well, who knows after this fucking hoax they just put us through the last 3.5 years.
But you think I'm kidding, like when I say this, but I legitimately, like the old guys who, like in my neighborhood, there's these little key clubs all over the
It
place.
actually did. I'm
What?
sorry. It went from 78.64 years in 2018 to
Life
now it's-
expectancy.
Yeah, this is as of 2020, 77.28, so it dropped a year.
Well, that's because we like lead the world in chronic disease somehow too. So
Somehow, that doesn't surprise you?
All right, that's another podcast.
I mean, we eat and
Well,
put
they-
all
yeah.
sorts
Of course, yes,
Yeah.
we get it.
yeah,
Big Macs.
that's
Big-
fucked up.
Big Mac sauce.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think it's like the first time maybe ever that we're not supposed to outlive our parents' generation.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That's interesting.
yeah.
Wow, that's kind of grim.
Yeah.
In Japan, it's 85 years old.
Good luck making it to 100, Dave.
Good luck.
I don't want to make it to 100.
But being out there,
But if I do, you better suck my dick harder than the people sucks fucking Sister Jean's dick.
You could be
Be incredible.
the Sister Jean of Northwestern
Yeah,
when you're
I want to
100.
be wheeled out, flipping the coin for the coin toss and shit.
but to be just bullshitting at these little Italian clubs like that's like
Oh,
that,
it
that
sounds
would be peak.
awesome.
That'd be peak. They got the door open on a hot summer day, and the boys are just chopping it
Yeah,
up. That's
like playing
that's-
euchre every Wednesday night.
Exactly.
yes, like that'd be. I would love that shit.
That'd be great.
Danny,
We haven't gone that young yet. Give me a little kid age. I'll take 7. I love 7. Again, with your old age talk, you have no responsibilities. You're just finger painting. You have enough of a brain to where you remember times when you were 7. You aren't a total baby yet. You're not a toddler. Yeah, give me 7. Have my mom making PB&J for me every day. School's pretty chill.
School's
Seventh,
super
like
chill.
sixth grade, or like
First grade.
second grade,
First,
I think
second.
it's
first,
First,
second,
second,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll take 7 all day. What's the second lowest we've gone? 11.
Yeah.
Yeah.
11.
Can't really
No,
do
7's
anything
good
on
'cause it-
your own though.
But that's fine. I'll take that because you could say the same about 100.
When did you stop believing in Santa?
Oh, Yeah, it was around that time. Yeah.
So I think I was probably 7.
Yeah,
Six
you
or
get,
7.
You get hit with a little bit of the real world too. Find out the
Yeah,
Easter Bunny's fake.
but that's what I was trying to decide. Like, what was my last Christmas with Santa? Because that was it elevates Christmas.
It's got to be 1st or 2nd grade, right?
Yeah.
I bet late blooming Chief believed in Santa until like he was in 8th grade,
Yeah.
freshman year.
You're
No,
telling me
but
the Tooth Fairy's fake next?
I was mentally way ahead of you. I just wasn't physically there.
I was sharp as a tack when I was that age.
I don't believe that.
Oh, I was.
What happened?
I drank too much.
Yeah.
Then there was. He's like.
I think my
and there was
my sister believed until like she was like 12. Like it's
That's a little old.
yeah.
That's a little old.
But we had my brother who was so much younger, so like we kept the lie going for him, and my sister just got like, well, no one told her either.
I'll take a Santa believing year, a year
Yeah,
where you
Santa
still have
belie-
holiday spirit,
A little bit of Christmas spirit, some
Yeah,
joy.
a little bit of delusion.
Yeah. What were your cancer years?
16. Well, a couple of years, but prime one was 16. So Eddie fucking obviously took
Yeah.
that one.
Yep.
Yeah, because he's glad that Danny and Rieger.
Skunky or
Yeah.
Eddie was like, well, let's practice on the skunks, and Danny can be next.
Right. I'm losing hair and
No.
getting pubes at the same time.
That happened?
Yeah.
Really? That's crazy.
Yeah, not all of us got our first ball hair when we were 19.
It's true. It's true.
You still got blonde ones.
Yeah, it's got the white ones. 7. Yeah, gym class at 7 was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like ignorance is bliss at that age.
Ripping
You're-
scooter boards.
Right. Unless you're you're not worried about failing anything like religion or anything like that. School is smooth sailing.
And I think
You're-
you can read too.
Yeah.
So like
You're on the red team in soccer. Like you're getting introduced to sports.
yeah.
Like pools were fun.
Pools
yeah,
are
water
fun.
parks.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
it was like Christmas.
Yeah.
It took
Yeah.
very little to make a 7-year-old happy.
Remember how awesome, like when you were like 7, 8, 9, how long the summers felt?
Yeah.
Like you were like it just felt like it went on forever. It was the
You had a
fucking
whole
best.
Never
you had 3 months of a clear schedule.
Yeah. Yes.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
That is pretty sick.
That was sick.
Vacations. Well, you're probably a little too young for like amusement parks, but
No, you're doing Disney at 7.
Mhm.
Disney, yeah. I'm saying like Six Flags.
Oh yeah, you're not
Little
doing
older.
Six Flags.
And just like being that young, nothing will ever make you happier than the little things that made you happy back then.
Dude, I remember
Peak
just
happiness.
taking the dog out to the woods.
Yeah, and just like smiling the whole time.
Yeah. Like just
And-
exploring and climbing trees. I used to love climbing trees.
And like really making like your first friends at those ages.
Mhm.
Yeah, because you're on like teams and stuff, and you're in school.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude, these guys rock.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you know what I mean.
Mom, can Billy come over?
Do you
Yes,
remember like, your
that's
first
cool.
friends? Like, well, you guys never moved, so.
Nah,
But do you remember like your first grade, like your best
Yeah,
friend?
yeah. You still think like your dad could beat everyone up, like shit like that. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, there's
Did your dad ever get in a neighborhood fight?
no.
No,
I
not
just-
that kind of. Yeah.
Well, you look like you got a story, pal.
Nah, I mean he.
That's
he,
William Williams' kid.
I forget the guy. He was Eastern European. There was a neighbor on the cul-de-sac no one liked, and everybody just called him Vodka. All the parents did because he always reeked of vodka. I guess I never noticed it, but I'm assuming I didn't know what vodka really reeked like at the time. But my dad and him did get in a fight. Yes,
Like you watched it.
I.
So why
watched
do you
it
think your
from
dad's
my driveway?
Is it like at the block party or?
Why would you think your dad would be boring on a podcast? And we could just ask him
Did
about
he-
vodka
He
down the
wouldn't
street.
open up about that kind of stuff.
Would he open up about you?
Oh, it would be. That's not what we're gonna do.
Did he?
He would be an avalanche of information that does not need to make it to the public.
That's what we need.
That's
did he
not
put?
what
Did he put?
I need.
Did he put vodka on the walls of Jericho? He's fucking absolutely
No, they just started
manhandle him.
fucking hitting each other, and then it broke up like any other fight.
Did he win or no? I got.
I'd say he. I mean, my dad's also short. He's like my height.
You know what I think of when I think of your dad? I think of. You ever seen Stand by Me?
Yeah,
I think
love
of
that
River
movie.
Phoenix's character.
Which one's? That's like.
Kid?
River Phoenix is dead. Yeah.
The kid?
What are you talking about?
No, but I just picture like that kind of rough and tumble kind of guy, like white t-shirt, blue jeans, like got a pocket knife, like you know, like
He's got a Leatherman. Do you know what a Leatherman is?
I don't.
It's a super nice pocket knife that's got a little leather thing you clip to your belt for like construction workers.
Oh, okay.
I think they're expensive. I think
Did he pull it out on vodka?
He might have pulled it out of vodka.
How's vodka doing?
I don't know. I haven't seen him in
Is this guy high right now?
I think he might be. I was thinking that when he got into it. You
not.
smoked weed.
I'm not.
You smoked weed.
Dude, I'm not.
He was doing the whistle laugh earlier because he told the story about
He dressed up
Timmy
to go meet,
Rieger
to go meet Jelly
killing
Roll.
baby puppies or whatever.
Yeah, skunks. Drowning
I'm not.
skunks.
I don't know why I equated his
got the-
father towards a child. From
Yeah.
Wait,
Your dad reminds me of this
River
12-year-old.
Phoenix. I'm like, wait, I think I know the character, but
It'll make sense if it. I don't know. Whatever. I'll just keep it moving.
Your pick.
All right, Mr. Irrelevant. I got 12. I got 6th grade. I got sophomore year. I'd like something young like Danny because I did love those days, and this is risky.
Ed's gonna pick age 0 but then he's gonna veto himself because he doesn't think
You're
that's
picking the
actually an
embryo?
age. Yeah.
We'll go 22, the last ride.
Oh,
The true last ride. Now, listen, the age after that, we could just say it 23, fucking like
Blows.
reality check, it blows.
23 sucks.
Yeah.
That might be the worst age.
Yeah, 23 's
might be the
bad.
worst age. You're living at home.
Yeah.
You don't got money. You got
Bad.
debt.
Yes, you got to
You're
live.
like, what the fuck is this? I gotta pay $1,000 to these assholes every month.
I agree, Dave.
Fresh into the real world while still like living like a kid.
Yeah, like 22, that last year at college, like you truly don't know what you got until it's gone.
It is. It's so true.
And the Taylor Swift song.
Yeah, you got
Feeling
that too.
22.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know about you.
Like,
I'm
of course,
feeling
there's the stress of trying to find a
22.
job and line all that up, but at the same time, that last hurrah is like,
Would you say though, at the time you were 22, that like the anxiety of what is going to happen after this may have ruined it a little?
Yeah.
yeah, I mean,
I had those feelings.
that it was gonna
Like you can't enjoy your senior year because you're so worried about what you're going to do after college. I mean,
And it's also kind of like you're kind of like over, like nothing's new either.
yeah, you never really, the senior year when you're going back, you're kind of just, it's never like a last hurrah. Someone's like, oh, we're going back to this college town again. Half my friends aren't going to be here.
Well, they're talking
probably.
about the president of the frat over here, though.
Right.
Listen, it's a fair point.
Thank you.
It's a fair point, but there's something about a college town and that like last moment, you're loaded up, you're driving that car out for the last time, and it's like that fucking ruled.
Mm-hmm.
And that happens when you're 22. You know, like that.
Was Carbondale fun?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Also, if you're a little younger, it's a little more sus if you're exactly 21 on the ID. 22 is there for you next year.
Yeah. So I'm trying to think.
If you look younger, sorry.
Yeah. Say I don't know, just that and going into that year, like that whole, like fall, that last, that's like a decent summer.
I mean, it's a college year. It's a good one.
Mhm.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
Anything else? All honorable mentions.
Oh, we're only doing 3 rounds?
Yeah.
Express,
Okay.
express.
Yeah. Okay.
I was still an
I
hour draft
know.
right there.
Yeah.
35 you can run for office. It's 35, right?
For president.
president.
You can run for office before that, though.
25, you can rent a car.
25 you can rent a car.
Is
That's
25 boating license?
You
too,
can
or I
run one
make that up?
earlier. It's just you're paying
Oh,
an
no.
ass load for insurance.
I've
or
never
something
had a
like that.
boat. You had a boat?
Mm-mm. But I remember it was like a gimmick. You can rent a boat now. You're 25. I mean, sure, a bunch of younger years when you were a kid, if you're a fucking toddler, if you want to take that. I was going to say 13. That's kind of a pretty peak teenage year. You guys chose
13's
everything
good.
around that. 11, 12, 14.
I thought 19 was good, too.
Yeah.
19 was, you have like your whole, like you're into college, but you have like your whole, your whole run in front of you still. You kind of, you know
Yeah.
your way about. You've made your friends.
I was going to Iowa, too, and they're one of the schools that you could be in the bar if you're 19,
Yep.
but you can't drink. That was a big year.
Very
That
nice,
that was Champagne too.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. That's Carbondale too.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's nice.
more common than I thought.
Mm-hmm. All right then.
In
I mean, we
Wisconsin,
could-
you can drink with a parent if you're 18
It's my pick.
or a legal guardian or something.
Yeah, Lake Geneva.
Can you?
I don't know if they changed it, but when I was in college, you could legally drink as an 18-year-old in Wisconsin
I
if
didn't
you
know
were
that.
with your parents.
We've talked about this before. Someone said like it's got to be like at a dinner place or I don't know.
Yeah, some sort of parental
Yeah, supervision.
guidance.
All right.
Watch me drink this beer, Dad.
Watch it, Dad. All right, that's it.
Do we go through the list again?
Yeah, I'll go through it. White Sox Dave 14, 28, 100. Chief 11, 30, 70. Danny 18, 21, 7. Eddie 12, 16, 22.
Can we still vote someone off the poll?
Yeah, who's getting voted off?
Danny.
No way. I think I'm winning.
I think Danny probably won.
He's got the two.
There's 4
easy
slots
ages,
anyways.
but, yeah.
He went super chalk.
Chiefs definitely getting smoked.
That's because people won't think of it. If they think about it, I'll probably win.
Yeah, you know what? I enjoyed this express.
I
draft.
actually had a fun
Yeah.
combo there.
This was a fun draft.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun.
There was good passion behind it. All right then, everybody. Thank you
Still
for
high?
listening. I'm not high. I just
Okay.
that whole scenario was fucking making me cry for
What
some reason.
about Tim Rieger?
That
killing
was not
skunks?
him.
Not
Stop,
him.
stop slandering him. He's gonna lose his job because I think he's fucking
not gonna
drowning
lose it.
skunks. Nah, he won't.
I would get him a job at a competitor of his tomorrow. I actually would. I would.
Oh,
If I was the
funny.
reason for Rieger getting fired for drowning squirrels or whatever.
They'd be like, wait, this is your referral?
Oh,
They
man.
loved me over there. They still fucking talk to me. Should
All
get
right,
them on
then.
for sponsorship.
Thank you everybody for listening. Thank you for watching. I hope you had a great holiday weekend. Hope you have a great Labor Day. And as always, we're gonna keep chugging along. We'll be back tomorrow, and then we'll be back with another draft on Monday. So see you then.